up, Big JB?
What's up, buddy?
Gabe said he was sick and may not be here. Ryan is babysitting, and the wife is under the weather.
Oh my God!
There's Doug.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Ryan said he may be jumping in and out because he's babysitting. So if you've had kids, you've been there.
Yeah.
This isn't fun, man. It's hard to do anything.
No, it is, man. Whew. I was almost going to go live with this thing to everybody in the world, construction-wise. It's So first of all, let me say, one, I'm super proud of everybody for even sticking it out. This is the week number 5 of the 12 weeks, and a couple of guys didn't even make it past the first week. I still figure maybe 1 or 2 of you guys would drop out by the end of the 12 weeks.
Nah, fuck you.
It ain't happening.
No.
But, I mean, I honestly saying that because we're going to talk a little bit, but today's mostly going to be me ranting and raving. And it ain't that I don't appreciate the work that you guys are putting in. It's that I appreciate and love all of you guys. And life ain't easy. And so some of the shit I'm going to say you need to fucking hear. And you guys have been doing everything I've asked. Maybe I should be asking more or pushing more. But I told Ryan earlier that tonight was kind of going to be pick on Ryan night. And it is and it isn't. It's you'll see what I'm talking about later on. But I really want, before we do get off, make sure we got to talk about that price list. It's everything is tracking the money. That answering sheet, I'm going to email you guys. I think I think I have an answering cheat sheet. But it's so important because you've got to have these sheets of paper in front of you at all times, and you guys have got to master this and change it. It's always going to be evolving, but you're going to need to be changing it over the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 to 3 years. Because when you hire that office manager, when you hire that sales guy, anyone that's going to be answering the phone for you, you're going to say, "Hey, no, here's the cheat sheet. Here's the questions you ask. Here's how you build the relationship. Here's what you're asking them." It's always, especially for us, all of us, is like the almost out of my mouth immediately is send me pictures. Because when they send you pictures, you have. They're so impressed when you see the pictures and you're able to tell them, "Oh yeah, that looks like this kind of paint or that, or I can see the cracking on that, and this is that. It looks like it's been done 3 years." And people like send me pictures of their floors, and I can tell them more about their fucking house just from 2 or 3 pictures of their floors than they know. And then when I run down the all kind of shit, it's like, oh my God. But by the time they've sent me those pictures, I went to the YouTube channel and I've sent them 2 or 3 links of videos almost just like the side of their house that you've already primed and painted and pressure washed, and we've demoed floors and put new floors, all of that shit. But you're running down that list of questions and building that relationship with them, so you don't hang up the phone going, "Oh fuck, I should ask them this." Right? It keeps you on track. It keeps that conversation to a minimum, because these homeowners will talk to you for 2 hours at a time. They have no sense of the value of your time. That's why the faster you replace yourself with someone else to answer the phone, the more important it is. We may touch on that later. You guys can give me some feedback. Let me know if you've started it at all. But before but really, what I wanted to say is, because I know Gabe said he's a little bit sick. Man, I was in bed this week all day, like half of the day Wednesday. As soon as I finished my karate class Wednesday night, man, I went to fucking bed. I didn't get out of bed Thursday. I didn't get out of bed Friday. I didn't even go play golf. Shit, I was the laughing stock of the group because I ain't gonna say never, but I very rarely get sick. Definitely not sick enough to make me miss golf. And man, were they talking shit all fucking day. Oh my God, the phone wouldn't stop blowing up, memes and pictures, and because I talk a lot of shit. So so when I'm down, it's a good time to start kicking. We got a bumper sticker in the karate school that says "Never kick a man unless he's down," and I gotta live by that motto. But that made me think is like, man, if I needed to get up and go to work. And I have, man. Fuck, I've been sanding floors to where I couldn't walk behind that sander anymore. Turn that motherfucker off. Walk outside, puke my guts out, wipe my mouth off. Go back in there, turn the fucking machine on, and keep sanding. Same thing. I'd be on my hands and knees, staining the floor till I couldn't take it anymore. Sweat dripping in the stain. Walk outside, puke, come back in, keep sanding the floor because you do what you got. And we men. And you do what you got to do to get the fucking job done and get that check and go home and support your family. But the realistic view is the majority of us will work till we die. Plain and simple. We will work till we die. And I want you guys to be able to set up this fucking company to where you don't need to be there. If you want to be there and talk shit with the guys, it's fun as hell, man. I still like it. But man, it's not fun when you have to be there, and you need to be able to set up that company to where if all you're doing is making that relationship with the homeowners, overseeing the office manager, overseeing the project manager, the sales guy, just checking in on the dude, man, you can do that till you're fucking 100 years old. It ain't hard work. It's just, mentally, it's what's probably going to keep us alive. Zig Ziglar said many years ago, having lunch with him. And probably 12 other guys. Someone had asked him about retirement because at that time he was probably 72, and he kind of smiled. And he goes, "I've read the Bible about 3 times, and I don't remember anywhere in there that it mentioned retirement. So I probably ain't gonna retire." He's got the great Alabama accent anyway, but I've never forgotten that. I'm like, yeah, it's like. So it's what keeps us going. Even when I'm teaching these karate classes and stuff, I don't want to retire. But I don't want you guys to have to get out of bed and get on your hands and knees and that kind of. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And it starts with, man, goddamn, it starts with tracking that penny. It starts with tracking that penny. So with that, I want to go into money and marketing. And why I said I wanted to. This is kind of the pick on Ryan night, and it's not pick on Ryan. But I didn't do a lot of work with Ryan in the beginning. When me and Ryan met. It was kind of like when me and JB met, and even Charlie and stuff. Is like probably every one of you guys. Honestly, in the beginning, I try to help you guys out to where you don't give me any money. I'm like, hey, dude, do this, do that, do that, do this, and I almost stopped doing that because by helping a couple of you guys, it ended up costing you more than if you had to just pay my guys to do all this shit. But Ryan reached out, like Ryan did some shit and it helped him a little bit. And then he took 6 steps forward, he took 4 steps back, but he was paying some dude. I don't know. Just like Anthony, and I don't see Anthony on here, that son of a bitch. But like Anthony was paying this dude a shitload of money and wasn't getting any results. And Ryan was paying the guy a lot of money, but he was getting some results. But just like the guy that was helping Anthony, they were building their business off of Anthony's back. They were building his business off of Ryan's back. So all the money that Ryan was giving this dude, it's really building that guy's business, meaning he could switch Ryan's name out at any time and put somebody else's name in there. We call it almost like pay to play. We call it what the hell is it? I'm gonna try to. Anthony's messaging me. What the hell?
Yeah, when you put it that way, it's scary.
What's that, brother? Hey Ryan, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said when you told me that, it actually scared me. I was like, "You're 100% correct." You know, he could just change the name on the website and be done. And I was like,
yeah, we call it rank and rent. We'll spend a lot of time building a website for a specific trade and put someone's name in it, and we'll have that person paying us the whole time. Not me, because I won't do that shit. But they're in my groups, they're in my circles. But that's how they make a living. I knock it a little bit, but not too much. I got to the point now to where it's like a fool and his money will soon be parted. But yeah, so we spend all this money and time ranking this website, and they are doing the work. But fuck, man, we're paying them. Shit, if I'm paying you, it's mine, right? I'm buying this car. It's my car. Build the motherfucker. I ain't giving you all this money to build this car so that at the end of it, I'm renting it from you to drive whenever you say I can. And then when I don't want to pay you any more money, you take the car back and sell it to someone else. And that's kind of what they do. All of that being said, and it's kind of not fair what I'm getting ready to do, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think you guys will learn a lot from it. But Ryan called me up and said, hey, can I help his buddy, Dr. Ardell? And he's a chiropractor. And I will do karate studios, but not that often. And I've helped one or two other chiropractors only because for whatever reason, I'm a holistic medicine guy. So I know a lot of chiropractors. And as soon as I looked at his website, I said, I knew we could help him just by rebuilding his website. And then I seen where he was at on Google Maps, and I knew we could get him up in Google Maps. And he may have been spending some money on Google ads or something. And so so we did. I mean, it's somewhat easy, but he started doing so good. He wants the second location, and now he's kind of fallen back from that a little bit. And it's kind of my fault a little bit, but not really. I'd like to take more blame for it, but it's just I don't know. If someone came to me and said they were going to open up a new business, and he just said, hey, I bought this new location. I need a website for it. Can we just duplicate what we already got, just change everything around? And I wish he was more of a business guy. And I'm going to run down the whole list of what he should have did, what I would do, what I have done. But so here, and so now it's like, it seems like you're spending money for marketing and you're not getting the results that you want. So you end up not spending the money anymore. Listen, if you guys don't get anything else, get this. If you don't have business, you don't have a business. If people don't know you exist, if people aren't calling you to come help them, you don't have a business. There's nothing more important than marketing. But marketing is a huge umbrella. I mean, everything that we do and say, the way we act and treat other people, the conversations that we have, how we carry ourselves, that's all branding and marketing. But if he had told me and said, hey, man, I'm thinking about opening a second location, what do you suggest? And I would have told him what my fee is and what we need to do, blah, blah, blah. None of that happened. He just needed the website. He wanted to do the Google business and take the money from this location and add it to this location for Google AdWords. That's all fine and dandy, but it takes a long time to build a business. If you're spending 20 grand to open a location, you need to spend 20 grand to market the opening of that location. Pretty much like if they say if you're filming a movie or a TV show, if you're going to spend 200 million, if you're going to spend $5 million filming a movie, you better have 2.5 to 3 million to market that movie. Meaning, if I'm going to open up a karate location, or a chiropractor location, one, I've got to rent that location, whatever it is. And if it's around here, like the minimum I would be able to spend per month would be $3,000 a month. JB got a great deal when JB called me up and said, hey, I got a chance to rent this space for my new cabinet thing, blah, blah, blah. And then he told me the price. And I was like, shit, man, swoop that, sign the contract as soon as you can before he tries to raise the rent and lock in a lease for as long as you can, unless we come across being able to buy our own location. That's the goal. Buy your own location, rent out the other spaces. But if it's $3,000 a month, I'm looking at first, last, and security, which is normally 333. So I'm already at $9,000. And then to build the place out, it's probably going to be another 10 to 15 grand when we start talking about mirrors and mats and equipment and paint and all this other stuff, getting it ready. If you guys seen some of the videos I've posted recently, is the new location karate studio down in Inglewood that we just opened up. I mean, it's huge. I think it's like 10,000 square feet. But I think we put 60,000 into building that out. We got the cage, we got the mat, we got the weight room. I mean, a bunch of shit, over the top stuff. Normally it would have been about 15 grand, maybe 20. But if you're a chiropractor, then you've got, your office equipment, your lobby, you got the room. I mean, the tables, the equipment. I mean, so you got to be, unless you're buying into it, the same amount, 10, 15, 20 grand. So you got 10 grand just to lease the location. Another, be nice and say 15, you're at 20 at 25, and then you need, your cable line, your electricity, your gas, the sign outside on the street somewhere. I mean, that's probably another 5. You're at 30 grand just to get in the place. And that's where most businesses call me. And this has been since 1995 when I started doing marketing to help other buddies of mine in all regions, whether it's karate, whatever it is. I mean, I've helped almost every small business at one time or another, but they normally call me when they've spent 30 fucking grand and the phone's not ringing and they don't have any clients. And I'm like, dude, now what? Where's the money for the marketing? And they're like, well, dude, man, you know how much it was to rent this place and get all this stuff done? I'm like, yeah, I know exactly how much it was. I've done it several times. And if you don't have all that money, if you don't have 30 grand to spend on marketing, don't spend 30 grand on opening up the fucking, because if you don't have clients, if you don't have business, you don't have a business. And there ain't nothing I can do to change it. It ain't nothing anybody can do to change it. That's how important it is. So now you've just spent 30 fucking grand, probably your life savings, and you don't have any money to help generate business. It's crazy. But most of it, because we don't know anything about business, we just got this passion for whatever it is that we do, and we just want to work for ourselves and start our own company. And that's why we go belly up. There's a reason that franchise owners succeed more than regular guys like us who just start our own business. Half of it is the systems. They buy into it, and all the systems that we're putting together over this 12-week period, that's what they're buying, the systems of how to do something. But the other half is that you've got to have, at one time or another, you've had to do something to save up $50,000 to $150,000 to buy into this. So you've already watched your pennies. You've already did everything that we talked about the first 2 or 3 weeks of this training session. You've already spent, and you've already saved every penny. You've already allocated where every penny of your dollar goes. You know exactly where every penny goes, and you've got that savings account. You've got that savings account. You've got the wife who's going to keep her job, so that, because they're going to tell you when you buy the franchise, oh man, it's going to take about 3 years before you start turning a profit. And you're like, God damn, I'm giving you all this money and I'm going to have to work for 3 years before I start turning a profit. And it's like, yeah, but it's a long-term goal. It's a long-term goal. And it is. So you can't just open up that location and think it's going to happen. I had a kid reach out to me, and I had Anthony try to call me up. He says, oh man, I just spent $20,000 and he's in Greensboro, North Carolina. My sister lives in Greensboro, and I've seen this guy over the last couple of years, posting videos, and we went back and forth. He works for another company. So he says he's doing a whole lot of work, 6 days a week, yada, yada, yada. He says, man, but I just spent $20,000 on all of this equipment. So if you know anybody who wants that I can work for, let me know. I'm going to keep working for this company and save up more money. I do not believe he spent $20,000 on the equipment, because I'm either cynical or it's just construction guys don't save $20,000. It's extremely rare that a construction guy saves $2,000, much less 20 grand and buys equipment. But maybe he spent, who knows, 10 grand. I don't even know that. If he had called me up and said, hey, Brian, man, I see all your videos on YouTube, yada, yada, yada. I got 20 grand. What should I do with it? I would have said, spend $2,000 on a used sander. All the rest of the shit you can rent from Home Depot when you need it. Take the other $18,000 and spend it on your business and start drumming up business. Right, Doug? I mean, all you need is you can't really rent the Hummel. So you spend $1,500, $2,000 and buy an old Hummel that's going to run for the next 20 years if you want it to. You can rent the small machine, the edger, you can rent the buffer, you can rent the back, everything else you can rent. That 220 standard you can rent from some people, but it ain't easy. And it's but all the other shit is easy to rent from Home Depot. Right, Doug, do you agree?
Absolutely. You can rent the truck too.
You can rent the truck too. And you would be in a better position to where you can eventually hire someone like yourself to start doing all the work with his own equipment. That's the business mindset that you need to have. And I watch, like, Chick-fil-A just came out here maybe 15 years ago. I knew them from back east, so my friends were like, "Oh my God, man, you tried this new chicken sandwich?" And it's like Chick-fil-A. I was like, "Yeah, man, like 20 years ago." It's like, "Oh man, no, this is a new restaurant. This is a new restaurant." But they were smart enough. They did their research and development, knew that they would build either across the street or, in the same parking lot as like In-N-Out, because In-N-Out's already done all their marketing to know which is the busiest street, which is the best area. They've done all that research. I mean, there's a lot of freaking time and money that goes in just to pick the spot to build the location. But then you need all the millions of dollars to build the restaurant, because they're building from the dirt up. And we, as little contractors, think we can come in with $1,000 in our pocket and get a Facebook business page and think that we're in business. And so many of us suffer the rest of our lives because of that. And I don't know, maybe they're not suffering. It's just not the way I ever envisioned living my life. It was just, I just text Ryan right now when he said he's going to have to, be with, he may miss the phone call because of the family. I'm like, dude, family is first. The only reason I even get my ass up at 4:30 in the morning and went and did any of this crazy ass construction shit is because of the wife and kids. I needed money to support them and give them a better life. If I didn't have a wife and kids, honestly, I don't know what I'd be doing. I wouldn't be busting my ass in construction. Not this long. I really don't know. Shit, I don't know. I'll start a magazine or something with women. But yeah, the only reason I get my ass out of bed is because of the family and did this. So I knew way back then. I'm like, I told you, man, when I was working with this dude, and he hit me with reality when you say, man, I'm making all these sacrifices for my loved ones. But if you step back, you understand that it's your loved ones who are being sacrificed. It's like, hey, Ryan, right now, he's there. Hey, how old is your daughter right now, Ryan?
She's 4.
Yeah, I mean, that time is never coming back, man. That time is never coming back.
Right now.
It's like, it ain't ever coming back, man. It's like, no matter how much money you made, that time spent away from them is never coming back. And that's why when I realized that, I was like, oh my God. And this, luckily enough, met the guy who said that whole bullshit about, man, if you got to be there, it ain't a business, it's a job. And that was just an eye opener. And I was like, man, it's like, and it was hard getting away from that. It's hard getting away from the business, but it really starts to come back and keep harping on the numbers and the pennies and the money. And because if I was opening up a construction business right now, and I'm going to use Doug as an example, because in the next two months, he may move down to Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've already set up his website, and his Google business has been there for almost a year now. Maybe the YouTube channel, I don't know. But all of that shit, the YouTube should have been every week, almost every day. The Google business should be listing, posting every day. Facebook, because that's the whole thing. So if I were all of that shit months, almost years in advance. So if I was opening up Dr. Ardell's new chiropractor office or my karate studio, I'd know how much money I'm spending to open up that location, meaning build it out, all of that shit. But I would take that exact same amount of money and I would start almost 3 months before the opening. It would be mailers to people's doors in the vicinity every other week, announcing it. We'd have a big ass grand opening party planned to where there'd be all kind of shit to get the kids there. Petting zoo, the blow up air jumping bullshit thing, everything. You bring it in. We got free hot dogs. We got all this shit. As a chiropractor doctor, I'd be doing probably 3 different presentations that day and giving out water bottles and other shit, either vitamins and teaching stretching techniques or something that you could do at home, so you never have to visit my office. But when you do, for registering and showing up, here's 3 free visits or something. But the karate studio is exactly the same, but we're doing presentations. We're doing all the fancy shit that you see on TV. We're bringing kids and parents from out of the office or from out of the audience. They're breaking boards. We're showing them a couple little techniques that seem magical, that like going, oh my God. And it's like, you're here today. We want to bring you into the family. Your first month's going to be free. And blah, blah, blah. We're going to throw in a free karate uniform because now they're dressed, they feel, they fit, they make it. It seems like it by the end of the month, the majority of them will not quit. All of that stuff. So it's planned out 3 months in advance. You're hitting stuff. You're doing Facebook, Instagram. Even before that, the YouTube, the content. You're going to be everywhere. That's the only time I would suggest even a billboard somewhere near the area, because where everybody's head turns, I want them to see you. I want them to see you. Grand opening, big party. Visit us. My favorite song probably is a song by George Michael called A Different Corner. Turn a different corner and we probably never would have met. That would never happen, because when they turn the corner, bam, something is there. The bus seat sign, another billboard, a flyer, something. There's no way they could escape you, because you only have to hit a 10 to 15 mile radius, probably less than that. But within that 15-mile radius, nobody is not going to know that you don't exist and that you've got a grand opening. That's why when they talk about marketing for a new movie release, they've spent $5 million on the movie. They're going to spend another $3 million on the marketing, because if you spend $5 to $6 million or $100 million, like the Avengers Endgame, I forgot how much they spent on that fucking movie to make it, but they spent well over $200 million just to market it. Because if nobody shows up and they don't sell tickets, that's it. Game over. How many of you seen? What's the name of that damn movie where they're trafficking the kids?
Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, Sound of Freedom. Anybody seen it besides me?
Not yet.
Yeah, but you've heard of it?
Oh yeah.
How did you hear of it?
I think
Marketing.
Probably Facebook, or Instagram or something. But
Right.
And they really pushed the whole political part of it. I mean, whatever they took to do, they needed to stay in front of people, and then made it like a big deal. If you didn't see it, it's because you wanted kids to be trafficked. Trafficking human beings is probably the second oldest profession next to prostitution.
Right.
I ain't saying it's right, but it's been around. It's probably going to always be around. But it's the whole thing is if they don't know you exist, if they don't know the movie exists, if they don't know all of this crap, there's no way they're going to be able to find you. And with the YouTube videos and the Facebook, post them on the Facebook and the Instagrams, because that's somewhat free. But when you have a Facebook page, they're not going to see it. Nobody's going to see that fucking page. You have to spend the money. Facebook is a business. Mark Zuckerberg is buying up Hawaii for a reason, because people are giving him money to run ads on Facebook. And you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on Facebook. You just need to spend a couple of dollars each week. And if it's valuable content, you're staying in front of people with helpful stuff, not being overly like, push the button, fill this out. It's like, but they're always, so when they do need painting, when they do need flooring, when they do need a chiropractor, you're going to be there, top of mind. They turn that corner. It's like, oh my God. Oh shit, my back hurts. Where's that fucking Dr. Ardell now? There's no way around it. It's like the majority of your money is got to be spent on getting new clients. And then that client turns into 2 or 3 clients, because you're using the before and after pictures. You're using those videos like JB. JB did not want to have to fucking fix those cabinet doors. Did you, JB?
Hell no.
I was
I know you didn't text me. God damn it. Looks like I'm making how you repair fucking cabinet doors videos. But he used that, man. And probably 2 or 3 months ago, he wouldn't have made those videos. But because we're doing this 12 weeks right now, it was on top of his mind. So he was like, and it turned out being a really good video. Next time, explain why you use Bondo. We use Bondo in hardwood flooring sometimes, but if I'm with a homeowner, I try to educate them on a whole bunch of shit. But I'll talk about like good finishing carpenters use Bondo. They don't use fucking putty and the shit that cheap guys use, because Bondo don't dry up and crack and stuff. And you mentioned Bondo. The first thing a homeowner thinks and knows about is, oh man, that's the stuff they use on cars. Yeah, that's how tough it is. That's why we use it. It's that freaking tough. And I can sand it. I can shape it. I can make it look, all of that stuff. And when it's painted, I don't have to worry about it. And you mentioned the homeowners like, yeah, watch, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is going to dry up. There's going to be crack. You're going to see this and that. You won't have that because we're using Bondo, blah, blah, you know, all of that stuff. But everything that we do is to get us and generate us another client. I've been yelling at my daughter for months now. Is like, and I told Ryan, because Ryan just bought that new GoPro. And I have one that I use for my motorcycle, but it doesn't get used enough. I told my daughter, I said, hey, take this fucking thing. It's expensive. Start using it. You got to make these time-lapse videos. As long as I've been in the hardwood flooring business, all the videos that we have, probably over 500 on our YouTube channel, I don't have any time-lapse videos, and I think they're fucking extremely valuable, because within a couple of minute, really a 2-minute, 3-minute time-lapse video, you can see a week's worth of work. And it's and when they see mentally, because that's why TikTok videos do so well, is because in our head, we don't think we have a lot of time to watch something. So if I see it moving at a rapid pace, it's like, well, shit, I can watch this. This ain't gonna take that long. And they'll watch it. And she still hasn't done it. We just argue about it. And I'm like, hey, it's your business. If you're either going to do it or you're not. I ain't going to fucking force you. Shit, I got these motherfuckers online I got to force to do shit. I'm tired of beating people up to try to make them do shit that's going to better their life and business. So that's my little rant for tonight, man. I just like, I think Anthony is a little bit younger than me. How old are you, Anthony?
Me?
Yeah, Anthony. You're the only Anthony on this motherfucker.
Well, you talk about that other guy all the time, so I'm not sure. I'm 50. I'll be 57 in November.
Yeah, so I'll be 59 in December. So, and Anthony's at the point to where I wish he wasn't working as hard as he was working. He posted a video the other day, had to carry some shit up some steps. And I was like, God damn. But he's a man. He does it. He didn't bitch and squawk about it. He just did it. If his son-in-law comes and works for him, that'll be a big help. But I'm telling you guys, is either make the investments, and that's hard, to make the investments throughout the years. If you didn't start at the age of 16, and then stay disciplined about it, it's hard to like. Another book you guys should all be reading is Anthony Robbins' Money, Master the Game, and like how 401s are a big ripoff, and but investments do work, and you kind of need them. I've kind of picked real estate over the years, because I heard my buddy Jim Rohn many years ago say, never buy your second automobile until you have your second house. Heard another guy, I don't even know what his name was, but said, buy and drive the cheapest, ugliest automobile you can get away with, but spend the most amount of money on the property as you can afford. Because, and it was truly the more you spend on real estate, the more that piece of real estate went up in value. Versus if I bought if my sister, I don't know how many years ago now, bought her first trailer or whatever, and it's probably went up in value $1,000 if it didn't decrease in value, versus if she had taken a little bit more money and bought just a 1-bedroom condominium, it would have increased a lot. Not as much as a 2-bedroom house, but definitely 100 times more than what the trailer did. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I mean, so there's that part of it, but again, I don't plan on retiring, but I want you, and I hope you guys don't. I mean, you're going to stay active. It's going to keep your mind active. You're going to live long, prosperous lives. But I want you to have the type of business to where you don't have to physically do everything. I don't know. That's the end of the rant. So with that, how did everybody's week go?
Good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
And Doug,
Good. Getting my daughter out of the bath.
Doug, you had a breakdown or something, man. Like the automobile broke down or something?
Yeah. The car broke down.
Yeah. Hey man,
I was gonna put that in the. Say it again.
You had it towed for $300?
Well, I paid somebody $100. I paid my aunt-in-law $100 to come. I paid her for her time. I paid her $100, and I paid $200 for the tow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey,
She didn't want it, but I had AAA. They came out. My car wasn't inspected, so they didn't tow it.
Yeah, man. I almost over the probably last year and a half, 2 years. I'm almost canceled AAA because of they used to have the 1,000% customer service, and
now that they suck. I'm
telling you, the last
it.
year and a half, 2 years. I've been extremely disappointed.
Me too.
And I don't really know. I mean, and I have them for everything: my RV, my motorcycle, all kind of shit. And I don't know if there's another company like them. I wish there was.
There's a couple out there, but I don't think any of them are as good as like they used to be.
Yeah,
I don't think they're making the money they used to.
Yeah. Hey, so if we went back to the very beginning and we're really tracking that money, seeing where the money's coming in, and that's why I'm telling you why it's so important, and why I respect Anthony Sunshine Design and Build, is because I'm telling you, man, he pays himself a little more than $60,000 a year, but every one of his project managers, he pays them over $100,000 a year. And all the money just goes into the business,
Anthony's got no kids, no wife, right?
No, and that's an advantage. He's got the girlfriend, but she carries her own weight and then some.
Gotcha.
So marry smart, fellas. That's all I can tell you, man. That's my best advice. Marry smart.
You need to get in your time machine and tell her.
Because man, it does, man. It takes so much money in the beginning, the first 3 years, but the first year for sure. So much money in marketing to stay busy, to figure out all these numbers, to get those systems down packed to where you're making more and more profit off of each job. Like Big Fat Tony here, I'll call him Fat Tony so he knows what I'm talking about. And I don't like that at all, Tony.
That's why I did that.
I know, man. I know it's a term of endearment, but I don't want to subconsciously stick with you. But man, for the first 6 months, and hopefully he's got a couple of refinished jobs soon, eventually, or something. I just want him to get one or two, even if I have to fly back there and do them personally. I'll make Doug drive down. Because he's in the last 6 months, he's probably threw out the window easy $50,000, probably more. I just don't want to say that bigger number. And I've talked with a couple of carpet cleaning guys / screen and coat guys, to where there's no way to really market just for screen and coat, or just for, it's like I can't really market for just interior bathroom painting. It's just fucking not going to happen. Nobody's going to look and just type in it's always painter near me, and who knows if they mean exterior painting, if they mean painting repair, if they mean interior painting, if they mean painting kitchen cabinets, if they mean, it's just too wide of a and so to lose those jobs.
Where you at in North Carolina?
Charlotte.
Yeah,
Charlotte. Yeah, there's gotta be. I mean, the Brazilians from New Jersey have spread their wings. I'm sure they're in Charlotte. Like,
they are, man. They're everywhere. He's going to get there. Definitely going to get there.
Got you.
But like right now, Gabe's not here because Gabe was. I'm telling you, he's under the weather. But man, that motherfucker went to a job. Man, I think he booked it. Like he booked the appointment. I think 2 days ago. I think he went there yesterday. The lady raises woofs, so I'm hoping he can get me some pictures of that.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
but she needs a deep clean, a screening coat for the floor, which is fine. But then she needed something done like drywall and something else. And he's like, "Oh man, I got some guys that'll cover that." She's like, "Oh, perfect. I want to get that done first." He called the guy up. When you can be here? Okay. He's like, "Yeah, he can be here in like 3 days." And then she took him upstairs in the attic. She wanted the attic all like this. It's a real big room. It was an attic, but they turned it into a room. But they need all the drywall taken down and insulation put up and some other stuff. And he's like, "Yep. We can get that. We can start on that the day after we finish the floors." And I was telling him like mic drop, boom. He said, "Yeah, I think the whole thing is going to end up being a big ass project because she needed some stuff done." And he was like, he didn't want to turn away any of the money.
No.
And that's the whole thing. Like I think Ryan does that with the stucco repair and some other stuff.
Yeah, matter of fact.
And me and Anthony's talking about it.
Another $4,500 on it just over the weekend, yesterday.
On which one, Ryan? Tell us again.
On the big $30,000 one, I squeezed another $4,500 out of it.
It's like,
yeah, I mean, it was nice though. I mean, the guy
we need a picture. Go ahead, keep going.
Done. He wanted a front sign done. It'll take us hours to do, and it's $4,500. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
we're gonna get a picture of Ryan holding up a cartoon of some dude by his ankles, shaking out all the dimes and pennies. But I'm telling you, man, it's when you guys follow the system that I've done these last 20 years, because I'm telling you, man, with the when I came back into the construction and the internet was live and action and active, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. When you have the YouTube videos and you're doing the Instagram, the Facebook, and the Google Business, and you got the before and after pictures, and they're together where people don't have to guess what it used to look like. And then you got this content. These people fall in love with you. So when you show up and you sign and that's what I told Anthony. I said, dude, they are falling in love with you. They don't care who shows up with the sander. They trust you to get it done all the way around the house. And I wish Gabe was here to check because that's what it is with Gabe, and his confidence is growing by the day because he's doing everything that we're talking about doing. But it's man, they see these videos, they see you guys in the videos, like that video that JB just did, and it's just showing it, and like homeowners love that stuff. That's why these TV shows are so freaking popular, and that's why I'm telling you guys, it's like. Every video, you really want that video starting off with you looking at the camera and saying, blah, blah, this and that. And it's like, oh, man, they will see you at what do you guys have out there? Publix or something? What's that grocery store?
Publix.
Yeah. They're going to see the Publix grocery store going, hey, man, I've seen that video. You did that. But it's like, it will happen over and over. And it really happens when you show up at job sites to give the estimate or the free consultation, whatever the hell you guys do. When you show up, it's like they're amazed that you showed up because you're the guy in the video. So like, well, who'd you think was going to be here? Over and over
I've had it happen a few times. It's pretty wild.
It is. It's like, and they feel like they know you. And, shit. Matter of fact, I had this picture. I was gonna post it to the freaking Facebook group. I'm gonna do it right now. Right here, photo, next post. So I just sent it to the Master Your Business private group. There's a picture of me and JB. Shit, was it 3 years ago now, JB?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah,
because I was heading out of town and I was like, damn it, and because we almost missed each other, and so me and the wife parked, and she jumped on the back of the bike, and we turned around and went to one of his job sites where he was painting a condominium. And man, it was like,
oh, that was
and that turning around and going back, it may be a 15-minute drive, maybe. But shit, man, that was worth every minute to meet him face to face and shoot the shit a little bit and get a picture. And man, but when I showed up and met him, man, it's like fuck. I felt like we were like lone brothers that hadn't seen each other in a while.
Yeah, no shit.
And then last year last year going through town and we stopped and had at a cool little fish restaurant or whatever, and we were sitting there and it's like we were just getting caught up, like hadn't even missed a couple of days, weeks apart. One of the waitresses knew him from high school. I probably seen him more than she did. But
yeah, she
it's like, yeah, it's like and a lot of you guys know Charlie. But shit, man, I stayed at his house last. I think that same trip where that last one where I stopped and seen you for lunch, JB. But shit, man, him and his wife brought me in the house, and just shit, man, we were like first time we'd ever seen each other, man. We hung out, beers, and it was good times. It's all because I'm telling you, man, the internet is freaking key, and so many contractors are missing it, and you guys have the advantage because you can be more and more starting to slowly catch up. And then they're doing a lot of the stuff, maybe not wrong, just not as good as they could. And I want you guys to take advantage of it. Anybody got the answering sheet? Did you work on it?
No, I do not.
I've been using the one that you gave us a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one the text?
No, I probably emailed it to you a long time ago, Doug.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember ever seeing the answering sheet. Like I have the text.
Yeah, I'll email it. I emailed it to you, right, JB?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, 3, 4 years ago, somewhere around there.
Hey, yeah,
because it's just a little something to get you started, and then because the more people that you talk with, you will, because you always got to have it right there with you. And I don't do it with just I do it anytime I answer the phone, or let's say 90% of the time when I answer the phone. Any of you guys, especially like, and me and Fat Tony, we talk a lot. But every time we talk, I usually have my notebook with me. And most of you guys don't even know it because you're saying something, and as you're saying stuff, I'm writing it down. Because even as I'm writing it down, it'll start triggering answers in my head. And I'll go back later on after the conversation and kind of look at what we talked about, just in case something else comes up. And I'll text Tony and say, oh man, and this, boom, boom, boom. Or you can try this, boom, boom, boom. But always, it's just I want you to, if you're spending time on the phone with someone, it should be important to you. And man, take notes of everything. I take notes all over the friggin' place. My wife would tell you I should be taking more notes when she's talking, and I probably should. But so when you're answering the phone, and that's how the whole thing for me, answering sheet thing really kind of started, was because you need their name, they need an address, their phone number, and this, and that's and I know it's going to be, what do you need? Installation, repair, refinish. Okay, I can check that box. Boom, boom, boom. Do you know? I don't ask them how many feet or that kind of thing, because they don't know. I have a video link I can send them if they want it, or I'd send it to them anyway. How to measure and get the square footage of the room. But I usually I'll ask them, what rooms are you thinking about doing? And then, because for me, it's because I want to know if the conversation is worth continuing. Oh man, I got this little kitchen. I'm like, I'm gonna give you a couple of names. I'm gonna have a couple, another guy, because we're busy right now. I'm gonna have a buddy of mine call you up who specializes in that type of thing. But in the beginning, you want every single job. Why, Brian? It's not even bring me in any money. It's going to break even, because every job is going to lead to 2 or 3 other jobs. One through their referrals, but because of the before and after pictures, before and after videos, the video content that we're doing during that job. You see the repetition over and over and over again. So there's certain questions that they're always going to be asking me. I'm ready to write it down. There's certain questions that I want to make sure I remember to ask them. Definitely pictures. I think Ryan even said one. Either Ryan or JB said, yeah, you kind of ask for the address, because you go to Google, type in the address. It's either going to be on Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com or something. Or you can even type it into maps a lot of times, and it'll be the street view. And you can see, oh yeah, is that your gray house? Blah 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 blah. Yeah, and you can zoom in, and you'll probably be able to say shit right then and there. Oh, this is the type of stucco you have, or that's, any of that stuff, right then and there. And that's when you see that, then you know which video to go to and grab the link from YouTube to send it to them. all of that stuff before you, just in one little phone call with them. And eventually your office manager or your sales guy will be doing that. And if you can't do it and teach it to them, how do you expect them to learn how to do it? You with me?
Yep.
Yep.
So we need that answering sheet, and we need this week. We're really supposed to be working on the process and procedures.
Can you send that to us, Brian? The one that you have, so we can start with that?
Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
because the process and procedures, there is shit that you guys do because you've been doing it so long. There's like little nuanced things that you do subconsciously that you don't even recognize. You just do it without even thinking about it. And that's the kind of shit that you're going to really have to start writing down, because you're going to need this training manual. Even for your subcontractors, when you hire them, you say, hey, man, this is, I'm not saying this is how you have to do it. This is the way I've been doing it for the last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And it's saved me the most amount of time and made me the most profit and given me the least amount of callbacks. Just something for you to kind of look over with. If you see anything in there that you do differently, let me know what it is, man. I'd like to learn something new. You see how I just said that? I'm not going to try to hire Doug as a subcontractor and then tell him, hey man, this is how I do shit. Follow these directions. I'm like, motherfucker, are you hiring me or not? He's like, I know what I'm doing. If I didn't know what I was doing, why are you hiring me? So I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, hey, this is how I've done it for blah blah blah. You say it in a nice way. And you say, look, man, if you do something different, let me know what it is so I can add it to my list. And I'm always trying to look for better ways to save time and money. Most of the time, you're teaching them, but they'll read it and they'll go, oh yeah, we do that too, and they ain't never did it before in their life, but they're going to do it the rest of their life because you've just now taught them that. And I don't know how many of you guys have that written down.
Oh yeah.
And there's because when did you start writing it down, JB? A couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, I got interiors. I got a 3-page interior SOP written down, and then I've got a 2-page exterior and a 1-door garage SOP. Garage door SOP written down. But yeah,
What does SOP stand for?
Standard operating procedures.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It's some fucking army guys, Tony.
Yeah, fuck them.
Me and my buddy that lives down near you, JB, the retired special forces dude. We've been going all day long with this freaking BS California hurricane stuff.
Oh yeah,
because he grew up here and now he lives over there near you. Oh my God, it's crazy. I'm telling you that the before process and the after process sheet that I emailed you guys, if you do that for 3 months, 6 months on every project, man, just how you think you're going to do every little step of the way, and then how you really did it or what really happened, and you're tracking everything, the materials, the time, that's when you can go, man, like, how come I thought it was going to take 1 hour and it took 3 hours or 6 hours? What happened? How can and now because you got to set that schedule. And if especially for hardwood floor guys, our schedule gets screwed up more by painters who don't finish on time probably than anything else. And it's like, and it's not good for anybody, because man, if you think you're going to get done on a Tuesday and you get done on a Friday, that's 3 more days. Where the fuck did that money come from? Did that just cut into the profit? Or, I mean, because you're paying those dudes, they didn't show up for 3 days for free.
Yeah.
So it's track. I try to track everything. I start with the money, but then I start with the time. You've heard me say 1,000 times, is like the biggest gift we've been granted is time here on Earth, and most of us are just wasting it. Not even most of it. Like you guys right now could tell me the last several weeks because of what we've been doing. But if you stop the average dude and say, hey man, what you do last Monday? He wouldn't have a clue. Yeah, or unless he clocked in at the office at 8 o'clock, clocked out at 4, and went home, and maybe there was something on TV that he watched, and what you do at work is going to be his answer for a long time.
I just saw a reel from Jay-Z, and he was like, "I could tell you exactly what I did for the last 365 days." He was like, "He's like, can you do that?" Like, yeah, no, most people can. I definitely can.
No, man, they can. It's like, and I'm not. I don't know. I'm not writing down every fucking minute, but I'm trying to pay attention to it at least. I just because I uploaded that audio. I thought it was already in the back office of Master Your Business, because I had that when you log into Master Your Business. It has the Facebook training. If you want to click and go to that, it has all the employees, the sales, everything that we're really doing right now is already in there over and over again. It just seems like when we're doing these live meetings once a week, it makes the guys follow through with it more than if you just tell them log in and watch the videos. But it has the personal development part of it in there also. And I thought that audio was in there. The event with me and Les. Or one of them, but man, I just listened to it over again when I uploaded it. I sit there and listen to it, and I think it's only 30 minutes, but I was like, God damn, that's pretty good, Brian. But it talks about that 21-day mental diet, and I think that's even in the personal development training. But if you print that out, I do say every 15 minutes, you're spending the next 5 minutes writing down what you did for that fucking last 15 minutes. So it's like 15 minutes of your life goes by. For the next 5 minutes, you're writing down what just happened during that last 15 minutes. And then 15 more minutes goes by, you're writing down what just happened during that. And you do it for 21 days, and you're tracking everything. What you ate, what the money you spent, what you watched on TV, what you were reading, what you were thinking, the daydreams that you fucking had, all of it. To where it makes you stay in the conscious state of awareness for at least 21 days. And I really don't know anyone who's finished all of it. I think maybe the most is someone got through 16 days, and you kind of just fall off the wagon, then you get back on it. You fall off the wagon, you get back on it. But man, it makes you realize how much time you either waste or what's really going on in your life. I don't know how Jay-Z does it, because he's got a lot of shit going on. I mean, a lot. And so
he's got somebody probably just writing it down for him.
Yeah, like fucking Gary V, man, that dude's got like 2 guys following him around at all time, videotape. So if he stops on the street and talks to someone, that conversation is recorded, and he's got new content to upload.
Yeah, it's perfect marketing.
Yeah, because people are asking it, where do you get your content? He's like,
fucking right here.
Every minute of the day is content for him. Yeah. And then when I tell dudes, hey man, when you get to the job site in the morning, do a little 2-minute video, man. Like, what? Man, I can't be doing that. I said, man, it's your life, brother. It's your business. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. If you're not willing to put in the work, you get what you put into it. I don't know, ongoing. So I'll email you the answering sheet thing. And like I said, it's just something to kind of get you started, but it's every business is going to be different. The questions, the conversations, all of that stuff. I want you guys putting it together, because everything, even the process and procedures, all of that stuff, that before that sheet that you fill out before the project starts, the one after the project, all of that stuff is going to be used later on for when you're hiring and training employees. And you need it, even if you just switch and do the Anthony Sunshine Design and Build, to where all you do is hire subs. But because even with that, you're going to have to start writing down what you expect out of them. Just because you're hiring a fucking sub doesn't mean that they get free reign. It's like, hell no. You can be wearing my shirt. If you say you're going to show up at 7:30, your ass better be there at 7:15 at the latest, because you're representing our company. Yes, it's our company, man. It's like, if I'm hiring you, we're in this together. What do I need? What can I do to help this job go smooth? All of that. So whichever direction you end up going, but it's all systematic. It's all written down, and it's all going to be in that 3-ring binder that you're putting together. Anything? What else?
But yeah, I gotta. So when you're running like one crew for your crew, is it 2 techs and a helper, or how does your crew work?
They're usually 2-man crews.
Just 2-man crews, okay.
Unless we got somebody new and we're either trying them out because they say they've got experience. A day on the job site, you know if they're full of shit or not.
Exactly.
And so, like, depending on who they are and what they say they know, yada yada yada, we find out within the first day because we put them on that task. And how do you do this? How do you handle that? Or they may be brand new high school student, just quit college, said, yeah, this ain't for me. I want to get into the trade. And we run them through the system, sweeping, teaching them the tools, boom, getting them on the edges, sharpening the file, scraping the corners, wiping the stain, running around, and just seeing how if they're willing to work. And that's even during the interview process. And they got all the videos, certain amount of videos from the website and the YouTube that they have to watch, so they're already familiar with a lot of stuff. And it's the attitude before we even hire them. They got to have the right attitude. A bunch of that shit, because in the beginning, man, the first 3 months you're losing money on a newbie. So they got to stick around. But man, once they run that edger, man, somebody's happy because that means somebody else don't have to run it. Or you can put them in the closet or the hallway and do the shit that you don't want to do, or even because in the beginning they're just doing all the roughing and the maybe the second cut, and then the guy who really knows how to run it is doing that last cut, and then you can put them on the orbital, all of that stuff. But then so whatever your training process, and that's why I thought through, like right now having that your procedures and process,
the SOP.
You've gotten those written down pretty good to what you really know, then you can look at that and kind of put it in chunks. So how long, maybe it's going to take, and we can't do it in like weeks and months because it ain't a factory where we're coming in and doing the same thing over and over again. Because man, they could show up on the job site, and if we could be doing installations 1 week and screening coat and the next week and refinishing that week and repairs on something else or making parquet, and then it'll be 6 weeks before we get back to the installation like that. But you can chunk it down and know like how many hours or how many days of consistency of doing it and reminding them. And that's why when you focus on just 1 or 2 things that you do over and over and over again, that's, and you guys heard me a billion times. All I say is, man, what's the 3 things that brought you in the most amount of profit? Let's focus on that. Do it over and over and over and over again to get it to where we're like this. You could do it blindfolded, because then you really can teach someone really quick how to get really good at it and cut down on all the bull crap and not changing shit around all the time. Or you spend a week training this dude how to do it, and then you don't do it again for another 3 to 4 months. And then when you go to do it, the dude's like, it's like he's running.
He's forgot it already.
Yeah. And that's why, and we're running out of time. Next week it'll be the 6th meeting and like halfway through. And then it's like, man, there's a lot of shit we got to get in there and get done. And you've already did a lot. I'm not taking away from everything that you guys done. I mean, you've already did more than 80% of most contractors will ever do throughout their whole fucking career, and it's sad. And why? I've asked myself over and over again, why? And Jim Rohn would tell me, I wouldn't sign up for that class. We don't know why.
So do you run do the 2-guy crews? Do they run vans, or do they run a trailer? I noticed you had a trailer.
Yeah, sometimes it's the trailer, sometimes it's just the truck, because
just the pickup.
Like we had 2 jobs try to postpone like next week because of this BS wannabe rain. And honestly, because every sand job that we do probably takes at the most 3 days. Maybe it's a 5-day job, but it's usually 2 or 3 days, because we can refinish. We can refinish 700 feet natural in a day. So if it's 1,000 feet, we're done in a day and a half, 2 days at the most. But everybody's furniture goes outside in the backyard. It's like, okay, there's 100% chance of no fucking rain ever in California. except for during the winter months, and even then, it's rare. So we just set shit outside all the time. Every now and then they'll rent a pod or something, but you can either throw it in the truck or the trailer, or every now and then, like one of the subs that we use, he has a nice little van, but it's empty. Because remember, but how many of you guys have yard signs? And I don't think I preach yard signs as much as I should, because there's just no reason not to drop a yard sign in someone's yard and leave it there for a week, even if the job took a day.
Absolutely.
And that should be talked about even when you're giving the estimate. It's like, oh my God, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a deal here because this is a great neighborhood. I've already did 2 houses around here. I'd like to get more. I'm just and show them the sign. Say, hey, I'd like to just be able to, I'll be in and out in one day, but I'd like to leave the yard sign in for the rest of the week, and I'll swing by and pick it up. You'll never even know I was here. And nobody's gonna say no. Because you're there, your truck is there wrapped, your van is there wrapped. You're there probably from 8 to 4, and then you're gone. So when you're gone at 4 o'clock, everybody's coming home. Who's seen the van?
Nobody.
A couple of people, maybe, the stay-at-home moms. But if that yard sign is there all week long, they're coming home. They're seeing it when they leave for work. They're seeing it when they come home for work, and they're thinking, God damn, how much work is Doug getting done at that house? That dude's still there. And you just, and then you put it in your calendar. You mark the little alarm that says, go by such and such address, swing by and pick up the yard sign.
Do you usually get them, Brian?
Buy 10 yard signs is cheap.
You
just want it real
cheap anymore.
You want the van real simplistic. I see some of these guys with the yard signs and the vans, and they're so busy, no one's going to even.
Yeah, you get lost. You get lost with that shit. Yep.
Yeah.
Let me show you mine. Mine's pretty fucking simple. It says painting. I didn't know shit. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, like we paint.
Hey, it's actually a company's name here.
Yeah, that's it right there. Design painting, and I love how painting is real big. And because I'll see the dude has made the name, his cool name of the company, whatever the name of the company is real big, and then what you do is real small, and you read the name of whatever the name of the company is, and they don't even know what you do.
I want to
make the name of your ego should not be the main goal.
Do you guys usually get them, or do you leave them?
The signs?
Yes.
I leave them for like a week, swim back by and pick them up.
But you do go back and get them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you can buy the cheaper ones, which are fiberglass or paper, and most of you guys are on the East Coast, so I would not suggest the paper ones because you do get rain. We don't here. Or you can get the kind of expensive one where they're on like aluminum or metal or something. But they don't. I mean, you can get some that are so cheap that you really don't care. I just don't like the fact that the homeowner's going to have to eventually pick it up and throw it away. I don't want that taste in their mouth.
You, Ryan?
Mine are. It's like a cheap plastic. I mean, it's not expensive. It's not metal, but it's.
Is that the ones with
there's kind of
stickers on each side?
What's that?
It's got stickers on each side.
Yeah, and it's got the holes in the middle of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you just the metal frame inside the hole.
Yeah, the corrugated plastic.
You're right.
Do you go get them, Ryan?
Sorry, Tony.
Do you go back and pick them up?
Yeah, I go pick them up.
Okay, cool.
I don't
gonna try that.
Off by leaving it too long, so I leave it for about a week or so, and then go swing by at the end of the week and pick it up.
About a week, okay.
I go to Lowe's or Home Depot and I get the $20 metal frames, and I stick the signs inside the metal frames. It just looks better, and the wind doesn't knock it down.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
and that'll make you go back at the end of the week and pick them up.
Yeah, we got several of those metal frames. Or I'll grab them for something around the house and then end up cutting them or banging them and using them for one of the wife's freaking projects. But like they're just too inexpensive not to use. And And I've said that over and over again because we try like when we're at someone's house for whether it's 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or a week, we try to strategically park the trailer in the driveway to where people have to see it all week long, driving past. But like I said, most of the jobs are like 2-day jobs, and it's just nice to have that sign there for a week. I got this one in the mail last week. It's an HVAC company, but it's hard plastic. And then this little thing right here, this little square, it's going to tear off like the same size of a business card and a gift card, which I thought was kind of cool because it got mailed separately. So it wasn't like in a bundle, in an envelope where you had to open and dig everything out. It was just the hard plastic, makes you hold on to it a little bit longer than dropping it in the mail. Being able to pull off the credit card thing and stick it somewhere may help someone keep it. If you can put value on it, it's they keep it a little bit longer. If it could be a magnet to where they can just stick it to the refrigerator, I'll make them keep it a little bit longer.
I had door hangers like that you were able
the
to.
door hangers the same way. If you have a van or a trailer, a buddy of mine used to have the business cards that were magnetic that stuck to the trailer, and on the trailer he had, take a magnetic business card, please, and they were just underneath that, and he just put them on there, and they just sit, and every now and then someone would take them. I've talked about it in other either podcasts or YouTube videos, but what the hell do we use? Free Print or Photo something. Shit, I wonder if I have the app. But you can have these little, like, you're taking the before, the during pictures and the after pictures of your projects. I think you can do like 9 or 11 pictures for free, or you can spend like $10. You can have this little booklet made. Man, like the cover can be whatever you did, like the before picture, the back cover can be the after picture or something, but all the pictures in between can be like, I mean, even if you spent $20 on it, it doesn't matter. When you mail it a month later and they get it, man, it's like a piece of candy that they never get rid of.
Yeah, I thought that was a brilliant idea when I heard you say it before.
Yeah, and I don't know why more guys don't do it. It's like,
I don't know why I don't do it yet.
Because I think I got them here. And if you guys hit me up, we'll talk about it, because it's definitely not part of the 12 weeks, but shit, these are the thank you cards that we used to send out. Somewhere I'm pretty sure I have the one that was because we used to do it with the picture. It was like, you little bitches are lucky. I'm telling you, man. The internet. You have to roll a fucking film. You had to take it to Costco and get it. But so we mailed out this like a week or two later. We would mail out the thank you card, but it was I wrote some corny ass poem. I'm glad I don't have it because I'd read it. But it was before picture and it was the after picture, and they opened it up and there it was. But they would keep it forever. I mean, they just, it was like they love showing it to their freaking friends. But that book is fucking free. I mean, it can be free, but spend a couple of dollars on it, man. It's like I'd get 2 of them. Keep one for yourself forever, and keep and you mail them the other one. Like when I went to Irvine, I don't know, last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever, and did that Brazilian cherry floor, but I was showing you guys how we do the video type of deal. And then I showed you when I sent the videos to my guy, how we do all of it together. That was another client. It was like, man, we need links to that video. I want to send it to all my relatives over in Russia. I want them to see what we're doing over here. That was 14 years ago when I started the Facebook page. The only reason I started the Facebook page for the wood floor group was because the homeowner asked me something. They told me about Facebook. I had a Facebook page, but never for business. but they wanted me to upload it so they could send it to Scandinavia or somewhere the fuck ever they lived, Sweden, so their family could see it. And so I got on and started researching Facebook business, and now we don't even have one. It got hacked and all that shit. But shit, I had over 500 videos, 1,500 pictures, all kind of reviews and shit, and they hacked it and stole the whole fucking page. Facebook didn't do anything to help. That's another project that they're supposed to be doing. That they're either going to do it or I ain't helping them. But yeah, man, that I'm telling you, that before and after book is just gold, just gold. And again, if you saved one for yourself, because we are going to talk about the last couple of weeks, whether you do it or not, will be the presentation folders. And you've seen them in a couple of my videos.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one right here. Yeah, dude. Yeah, so I'm going to strongly suggest for every one of you guys to have one of these with everything in it. Damn. See, I told you I was going to have one of these dumbass things. You flipped it open. It was the before picture. Yeah, like that. The before picture and the after picture. And it was yes. Thank you from Adams Hardwood Flooring. My wife just went through all these boxes in the freaking garage and found one of the original Adams Hardwood Floor picture hats from like 1993 or something. Never been used. It says, "It has been our pleasure to serve you. We wish you all the best. If you ever have a question, please put us to the test. If you ever have a problem or if there's something we can do, please don't hesitate to call us. We're here thanks to you." We're here is in bold. Here's a before and after picture. I really hope you keep. Show it to your friends. I bet they'll think it's neat. Corny as hell, but damn, it worked. And I'm not a business card guy. A lot of other reasons, but right here in that little slit to where there is, and I ain't gonna get into here right now. It's just too much shit. But we will go over that before the end of the whole program. I believe now. Those little scan disc things is
Hey, speaking of business cards, I've had
like these little things here, man. These are way too cheap not to use right now. Just way too fucking. Those you can throw away and not lose money. And you can download all kind of couple little videos, before and after pictures, video testimonials. That would be, I mean, a whole bunch of shit. But I'm telling you, if 3 people show up to give a consultation, none of them are going to leave a presentation folder like that. None of them. Guarantee it. There may be 1 or 2 guys that seen the videos and started doing it. But I don't know any other contractors except for the buddies that work for me that do it.
So Brian, real quick, speaking of business cards, I've got something that really helped me. Might help the guys. I'm going to try to show you mine. It's just a square. And I get comments on this all the time because it's different. People are like, "Oh man, that's different." Damn, if I get that in the camera, it's just a straight square. It's a different shape, and it sticks out from all the other business cards. And, it's something that really worked well for me.
Yeah,
is it thick?
A little bit, but not nothing too crazy. You know, it's basically like, you know, business card stock, but it's just square. It's a different shape. It's a different look. It stands out different from all the cards.
Yeah. I mean, and you could, because one of my team members just sent me this right now. Where the hell's my camera?
Oh, the QR codes.
Yeah, with the logo in the middle of it. Because we're selling a whole bunch of books right now, but I'm going to print those out and stick it in the envelope, so they'll scan it and they'll go straight to the website of Master Your Business. The whole idea of running this campaign that we're running right now, kind of giving the books away for free / they're paying for the shipping and handling, so it covers everything and gives me a couple of dollars. But then as soon as they put in their credit card, they immediately get sent to another page that says, for an extra amount of money, they get the audio, the ebook, and the ebook. Facebook ads work. So that gives me a little bit more money, but all of it is designed just to send them to Master Your Business to buy that program online. It's all funneled that. And that, again, I think I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, that's thousands of freaking dollars in hopes that it works type of deal. And you just want to show up everywhere. All right, shit, that's way too much. Anything before we get out of here?
No,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'll tell the Zig Ziglar story next week about the round to it. You remember that, Brian?
Which one?
When Zig he was at a sales meeting or something, and the guy was like, how everybody says, oh yeah, I'll get back to you when I get around to it. So the guy had business cards made up. They were round, and it said "to it" on the front, but it was his information on the back. So that, every time somebody said "around to it," he'd give them that.
Get around to it. Hey, so the answering sheet, and start on the processes and procedures. Because you guys have it in your head and you think it's simple, and you think because you know it, everybody else is going to know it. And email them to me.
Yeah, I'm having troubles. I've been trying to do the systems and the SOPs this whole week, but I'm getting to it.
All right, cool. All right, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. Have a good night.